All right, good afternoon, guys. So it's good morning over here in Saipan. So just want to talk a little bit about kind of what we touched on yesterday. So today's day 112. Just wanted to continue to get you guys' mind around the idea of isolation, what you guys think. I think that's important. And again, it's going to be kind of something about talk to throughout this whole campaign is to really understand isolation if it's something that's I guess fits into those types of protection laws. So so just kind of remember about isolation, what you guys think. But I wanted to move forward today. I think, talk about a pretty important subject. It's kind of when you have the actually applying for protection or looking into the government agencies and which ones you need to go with. Because there's a lot of them. You have ones for wages, so that might be covered by the labor board. And a lot of these are at the state level too. So, but it could be labor board. They deal with lost wages. If you did get fired for whatever reason, then you have like the EEOC. But then there's like subdivisions of the EEOC. So one in California, it's the Fair Employment and Housing. So they're the ones. Initially, when I went through it, I applied through the EEOC, but then they kind of like put the workload on that state level. So that's kind of what that's about. But just really following the stages that are given to you, the steps that are given to you. So like they tell you, for example, at work, if there's issues at work and who you're supposed to go to, there's a chain of command and whatnot. And I just listened to that. So I took the first thing was go to the manager. I went to the manager. Told my manager, "Hey, this is what's going on. I feel uncomfortable." So then he got HR involved, and the HR did thorough investigation at HR's level for what they feel is the best. But again, guys, everybody has different interpretations of the law, and some people might not even take into consideration that they're breaking laws. So um, you have to let the experts do it. These guys who and girls who work at HR are not necessarily educated in law and know what that their specifications HR. So sometimes you got to challenge them. A lot of times you have to challenge it. People you work alongside, there's an expertise in what they do, but that's about it. It's the extent that it goes, and that's the hard truth. A lot of people are not experienced, but go to the HR. They did their investigation. They didn't come back with a good one. So that's when I again went to my manager and said, "Hey, I still don't feel comfortable with HR because HR is a corporate level. It's not much higher than you can go to that. So I did want to make my immediate sales manager know and aware of it. And then sure enough, I just filed a complaint with the EOC. They have an online portal. It takes you step by step. But that also what it does, it creates a timeline. So like the investigation was all done on paper. Everybody knows about it because HR has to um, put that timeline. They put dates and so on, and then then you have when I filed the EOC after the fact, and then there's dates, there's time steps on those programs. So keep that in mind. And then also, like when they fired me, I have documentation when it was fired, when I got fired. So it was the whole process from start to finish. And that's kind of what starts to unfold. The truth is, hey, like he was seeking protection. All of a sudden he gets fired for that. So that's kind of what that's about. But that's why it's important. Um, like I said, if you guys have any questions about, what websites to go to, Google has been a big help. It just takes a little bit of time, but I understand for a lot of people is like, you feel hopeless, you don't know where to turn. So having somebody there to kind of guide you is not a bad thing. So I encourage you guys to reach out to me. I think it's important. It's how we create a community too. So um, but yeah, following the stages. And as I mentioned, if you guys want to reach out to me, I can kind of point you in the right direction. And, and throughout the process, it's always nice to have some reassurance that you're headed in the right direction. So, so far so good on my part. I'm a little further in the process, but as it's going forward, I get to kind of experience it and give you guys feedback on it. So, again, if you guys want to reach me, it's Villanueva 882. And then we'll just talk. We'll create a dialogue around that. So, thanks again, guys. Give you a little piece of action on here. So, as I mentioned, I strive to live good. It's my number one passion. So, thanks, guys.